We are here, eager to share, wanting to share our opening line. Tracy is the medium in which collective consciousness flows through, speaks through, if you will. Tracy has moved aside to allow source energy to convey words of wisdom, words of insight. So, where to begin? What topic do we choose this day? All foundation through Tracy, the foundation of the work, and it's not work, the foundation of the sharing, all through Tracy, is based on love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, love towards oneself, love towards others, forgiveness towards oneself, forgiveness to others, kindness to oneself, kindness to others, compassion towards oneself, towards others. And it seems so sort of ordinary and not mundane, but everyone knows how to be kind. Everyone knows how to be compassionate. Everyone knows how to love. But we are conveying that it is who you authentically are, who you truly are, who you are, underneath layers of human experience, if you will. We ask the question, where were you before arriving to Mother Earth? Who were you before arriving to Mother Earth? Most think about the departure from Mother Earth. Most conclude that one's transition from physical form to divine eternal light. So if one transitions to divine eternal light, then is it possible that you are divine eternal light? And we want to say yes. So in divine eternal light holds the greatest sense of compassion, the grandest sense of love, the most exquisite sharing of kindness, benevolence. It is who you are. You've come to Mother Earth to create. To create. What do you wish to create? So, we don't truly have a topic this day, but we do want to touch on, we're going to say frustration. Frustration, the emotion of frustration. To be frustrated with something. And isn't it easy to get caught up and be frustrated with something? Frustrated, it's not going your way. Frustrated, it's things aren't moving. Frustrated that you feel like you're always hitting a brick wall. Frustration, there are hundreds of thousands of reasons to feel frustrated, just like there are hundreds of thousands of reasons to feel joy. But when one is feeling frustrated, it is very difficult to bring forth joy. And we say bring forth because in that divine eternal light we speak about, your authentic self, the God within, who you are. We're a little bit distracted because Nigel the cat is walking around and now he's making some noise and we want to stop him from doing that, but it's going to be difficult to do. So we will just continue and hopefully his little sharing will not be heard on the microphone, if you will. Tracy always waits for him to go to sleep, and he sleeps most of the day. So she was hoping that he would be asleep before she started this little, we want to say sharing, project sharing. But no, he is up and about. There was a squirrel at the door, so he was looking at that. So he is eager to be Nigel the cat. So to be frustrated truly comes with a sense of almost helplessness, if you will. Because when you are frustrated, you feel like you do not have any control, that things are out of your control, things are out of hand. What you were expecting didn't show up. What you thought would show up is not what showed up at all. Again, hundreds of thousands of reasons to feel frustrated. When you are experiencing the emotion of frustration, it allows a space to almost propel you into some sort of change. So if you're frustrated, again, hundreds of thousands of reasons to feel frustrated. But if you're frustrated with relationships, frustrated with another, frustrated with yourself, frustrated that all the goals that you've planned seem to have slipped away, if you will, just frustrated in life, we would guide gently. And the answer, we will say this in all the sharing, whether it's through a book or a video. Love is the answer. And can it be that simple? And the answer is yes, it can be that simple. Love is the answer. So when we talk about love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, we would ask you to gently bring forth that for yourself, in the understanding that frustration has surfaced because one is expecting something different. And then you have heard, live in the moment. There is only this moment. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has yet to appear. This moment is the moment that matters. And so we would guide gently to allow the feeling of frustration, because there is a valid reason you are feeling frustrated or you wouldn't feel it. So we would guide to say, allow the emotion of frustration, and then find a very quiet, still place to be. And just sit. And we would gently guide to remember who you authentically are, the most brilliant, divine, eternal light that is in the purest sense of love, the purest sense of expansion in the oneness. We would ask gently for you to go within, if you will, and search for you, your authentic, brilliant, wonderful self. And it is so, we want to say, it feels so impossible when one is frustrated and angry, mad at the world, just upset, or someone is so hurt, they're in the depths of, we want to say, despair, feel like they have dug a hole and they don't even wish to try to get out of, because they just want to be left alone, want the whole world to go away. When you are feeling these emotions, we would guide gently to say, bring forth compassion with what is going on that has caused you to feel the sense of frustration. So whatever it is, fill in the blank. Ask yourself, what if I place compassion to this upset, to what is causing the frustration? What if I see it in a different way? What if I see it through the eyes of Source and not through the eyes of life experience? What if I see it in a brand new way? Is it possible that I can see it in a different way, another way? Could I change my perception of what is causing the frustration? And the answer is yes. So we would guide to bring forth compassion to the frustration. We would guide to bring forgiveness to the frustration. And again, when one is feeling so frustrated, forgiveness, are you kidding? Compassion, are you kidding? There is no way. There is no way. And we understand that is how you would be feeling in that sense of frustration. Frustration, where it all boils up and you want to throw something, you want to unleash something. And you're asking me to sit quietly when I cannot even, I just want to jump out of my own skin? Yes, we are. It is the perfect time to sit quietly, because it allows a space for you to understand who you truly, authentically are. Where were you before Mother Earth? Who were you before physical form? Ponder it. Everyone has their own wisdom to bring forth their own answers. So when one is frustrated, feeling upset, find within the grandest sense of self. Bring forth divine light, for you are part and piece of divine. There are no mistakes in creation. There are no mistakes in creation. So, does it take away what was created to bring a sense of frustration? Can you change it? Do you have control to change it? Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it is so out of your hands that all you can do is find compassion towards it. All you can do is find love towards it. So we would suggest, why not this day? Tracy had an experience which really knocked her on her bottom, let's just say. And she said to herself, one day I'm going to laugh about this. One day I will laugh about this. Well, there was no sense of laughter. In fact, she found herself in a place of deep frustration, deep hurt. Anger showed up, right on time, if you will. And she spent a few days being very angry. Angry at what she could not change. Angry at the things that people had said, and she cannot change any of that. Angry, just frustrated, sort of beating her head against a brick wall. And we waited patiently until she found a moment to be still. And even when she was frustrated and angry, she still called forth to receive guidance. And in her frustration and anger, we were able to communicate exactly what we are communicating with you. Who do you wish to be, we asked. How do you wish to live this day? Do you wish to be frustrated? Do you wish to be angry? You cannot control another, not at all. And it wasn't about her wanting to control another, just disappointed what the other had presented, or we want to say what others had presented or didn't present. Just not what she thought. She just thought it was going to be so different, and it was not. So she found a place of anger, and she truly knew that she had to let that go because it was just upsetting every cell in her being. And we shared with her, every time you find a place of anger, and perhaps she was saying unkind words, every time you find that space to condemn another, to condemn yourself, to place judgment on another, judgment upon yourself, it is like stabbing yourself. Metaphor, naturally. But truly, you're stabbing yourself with unkindness, with a frequency that you do not want to reside in. It is fine to be angry at any one thing that one chooses to be angry about. It is fine to feel frustrated at any one thing that one chooses to feel frustrated about. And it is a choice. That's the sort of the key to it all. It is a choice. Emotions are meant to be felt. Did Tracy have good reason to be angry? Oh, yes. Did she have good reason to feel frustration? And did she have good reason to bring forth compassion and love to all? A resounding yes. Because the reason alone was for her to feel better than what she was feeling. And isn't that part of all this sharing? For ones to feel better than perhaps one is feeling. So, back to, as we guided Tracy, we will share with you. Find the peaceful moment to remember who you truly are. Bring forth compassion and place it upon what is causing the upset. Place it upon. Bring forth compassion to place upon. Bring forth love to place upon. Not in covering up, to place upon, to feel better, to feel better, to feel better. We will conclude our little segment. Nigel has walked away, found a place to be. The weather is very odd here today, as Tracy says. It's odd. It's sort of snowing, sort of raining, sort of foggy, very dark. And she's not even sure if it's going to work, the video, if there's enough lighting for it. We do believe there's enough lighting for it. So, if you have found your place of frustration, anger, heartache, sorrow, fill it in, something that you're not desiring to feel. Find a still moment to be still. Silence is golden. And ones will say, are you kidding? How can anyone be silent in this world? I can't be silent. We would say, find stillness. And in the stillness, in the quietness, it allows a space only for a moment of time to bring forth who you are, who you naturally are. Love. Love is the answer. Love is the answer to all things. Why is it the answer to all things? Because you are divine love. That is it in a nutshell. Really, really, really good. There is great love for you. Thank you.